Hello, friends, welcome. Today I'm going to talk about a very serious and sensitive topic, which is about death of near ones and dear ones. This is a very painful situation in a family. No amount of consolation generally helps. It is very, very, very painful. And if by this talk, if somebody get hurt, please forgive me. And I'll start this after a short prayer. ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. So, when you suffer a loss of near one and dear one, it is extremely painful, as all the emotional bonds are snapped. You go through unimaginable grief, which is natural until unless you are a very detached person, but those cases are very few. Generally, people become very sad, and it is happen most of the cases. So what happened in case of near one and dear one's death? You ran into disbelief that person has left the world. You keep imagining that person is just sleeping and any moment he or she might get up. Then comes the sense of guilt. Maybe I could have done something for that person, or maybe I could have cooked his favorite food for the last time. And then sometimes people get overcome by anger. You might get anger upon yourself or on the person who left, or sometimes you get angry on God. You start saying, I hate God, why did he take him from me? Then comes a period of grief. For someone it could be few days, for someone it could be week, or for some people might be couple of weeks. All these are natural. Expect these things to happen, but then slowly you should recollect yourself and recover yourself from the grief and move ahead with your life for the sake of yourself and for the sake of the person who left. Our Vedic scriptures say nobody actually dies. The person who left, he is gone because of his karma. He exists very much after leaving the body. Now, if you grieve continuously, then the person will not like that. That person will like if that family member, all the member recovered from the grief and moving ahead. Imagine your close relative left to USA, leaving you in India, and you are continuously crying for that person. Then do you think that your relative who is in USA will be very happy to know that in India you are crying? Death of a person is similar, but it is a bigger event as the soul changes body. Understand that grief is not a solution. Continuous grief is not good for human being. As human being has higher purpose in life than sitting and grieving. In Hindu tradition, 13 days of grief period where family cut off all the activities and then they sit and grieve. That much of grief is allowed. But after that, if any family member is still grieving, then you should know that it is your weakness. Grieving person should decide to recover from grief for the happiness of the person who left, and bring knowledge to yourself that everybody will go one day. All the relatives will die one day. All these are all temporary. Vedas say that you are not the body, you are the soul. Soul never perishes. Soul just move from one body to another body. No one should grieve knowing this inevitable fact. Know that you also will go from this world one day. So it is better if you develop detachment from this world and attach your mind to God and work for your own moksha. It is a very big waste if you just do continuous grieving and waste your life. That's why you should awake, arise, and understand your goal and work towards that. I'll tell you a true story which is happened in Dallas, Texas. There are people called shaman in Native American tradition. They have the power to communicate with the subtle body, which is soul. So there was one small children who is declared by doctor brain dead, and then their whole family was in grief, and then doctor said there is no point we keep that small child in hospital, you guys take home. Then the whole family they brought home and waiting for a few days, and then she was on life support. Heart was beating but brain was dead. There was no chance of her coming back. And then they call all the religious people, priest, shaman, lawyer, everybody to decide what to do now, to pull the plug or we should not, or we should wait, this kind of situation. And then finally they decided, okay, let's pull the plug. So now everybody decided, and then they finally pulled the plug, and then they expected that this body is going to be calm and all the vitals will go away. But suddenly they noticed that all the vitals are coming back, and she started breathing but brain was still dead. And then mother started screaming, and then all the other people who basically left, they started coming back. And the shaman who also came back, and shaman said that I will do some ritual to talk to the children. So shaman did some ritual, and then shaman was saying that I clearly feel the presence of the children, basically that girl child. I can feel she is here, and she is telling me that I want to go, but I cannot go because my mother will cry. You please tell my mother so that she let me go. I cannot live in that body anymore. After hearing that, mother started crying, holding hand of the baby. And then mother said, we love you so much. We understand that you have to go. Don't worry about us. We'll be okay. You go happily. As soon as she said that, immediately the children, the girl child, all the vitals going down, and then the soul left. So whoever were present in that place during that time, everybody started crying. That was kind of very emotional situation there. But you notice that soul was leaving the body and going. So in the end, I like to tell you that use your grief to your benefit. Make strong resolve knowing everything in this world is temporary, establish relationship with eternal relative who is God. God only can give eternal happiness and liberation. Thank you very much.